Today, I want to show you guys how I made $600 in a few minutes by sniping and flipping this rare trait NFT. So I think it was a Saturday morning and I just woke up and rolled over to check my phone. I went straight to Twitter like a true NFT degen, and the first thing I saw was that PXN was revealing. I jumped straight out of bed and went right over to my laptop to see what was popping with this project right here. I knew it had an immense amount of hype behind it and there was definitely some money to be made. So I came over to one of my favorite tools, NFT Nerds, and analyzed what traits were going for what prices. And eventually I picked one up and flipped it within minutes for $600 after doing about an hour of sales watching. And yeah, then I just got on with my day with $600 of ETH in my wallet. Okay, so now let's go into a bit more detail on how I did this exactly. So coming over to my OpenSea account here, we can see that this is the NFT, and as you can see, I bought it for 3.25 ETH and flipped it for 3.69 ETH up here. And basically when I first woke up and came over to my laptop, the first thing I did was come to NFT Nerds. So I'm going to show you guys what exactly I was doing on there. So at the time the collection had revealed and we were getting 10 ETH plus sales coming in and loads of rare traits going for above floor price like this one right here. So when a reveal like this is happening for a hype project, I like to come over to the traits and I like to pick out all the rare traits and sort by logical OR, which just means it's going to show me this trait or this trait rather than a combination of the traits all in one NFT, if that makes sense. So it can just show me all the NFTs that have rare traits rather than show me all the NFTs that have all the rare traits in one. And obviously there's a lot of filters here, but I was looking specifically at the ones that I thought mattered, such as the background or the eyes. Not the earrings because you can barely see them, the head, a mask, an outfit, just the stuff that is really prominent when you first look at the NFT and the stuff that you're going to notice, as these tend to be the traits that people care the most about. So for example, I focused on the background and I picked all of these rare ones because they're in the top percentages, and I just picked them out and stopped when things were settling around the floor price. So this one at 1.8, and then I hit save and I was just watching the sales come in. So as you can see, all these sales are above the floor price right now because this is obviously for all the rare backgrounds in this collection. So I was just watching these sales coming in a bit, and eventually I kept seeing this white background come up, so I went and filtered for that. And this background specifically wasn't one of the rarest, but it was called Shadow Reflection, and at the time was sitting at a floor of around 4.5 ETH with 4.5 ETH sales coming in. So I basically decided to sit and watch the listings come in for this and see if I could purchase any below the value, which I could then flip for around 4.5 ETH hopefully. So at this point I came over to gem.xyz, which is just a website which shows you all the NFTs listed on different marketplaces such as LooksRare, X2Y2. I think it's really good for sniping, as a lot of people are only using OpenSea and tools that cover OpenSea to snipe, and the real deals can be found on websites like LooksRare and X2Y2. So obviously we're going to come over to the PXN collection and then you can filter by the trait. So I went and picked the Shadow Reflection and I simply just sat here and refreshed it until a new listing popped up that was below the floor price. And obviously the reveal was just taking place and a lot of people didn't realize that they had got a specific rare trait because maybe the rarity of the NFT was quite low and it wasn't rare, but they hadn't looked in to see that this white background trait was actually rare and potentially listed below the floor price for this rare trait. So basically what happened is the floor was sitting around 4.5 and one popped up for 3.25. So immediately I went and picked it up, and as you can see here, once I picked it up I tried to get the most I could for it, settling it at 4.49, which was just 0.01 below the floor price for this trait, and it didn't sell for around a couple of minutes. So I kept lowering it and lowering it because I was coming over to NFT Nerds and I was seeing that a lot of people were undercutting me, and obviously I wanted to be the lowest price for the specific trait, and the floor price of the collection was also falling, which I was also watching. Another indicator that the price is falling and is going to take a tumble is the amount of listings. This was at around 3,000 plus. For a 10,000 supply collection, that's around 30%, which is never a good sign. So I knew the price was going to fall and I had to aggressively lower the price to be able to secure my profits. So eventually I lowered it to the point of 3.69 where it finally sold, and as you guys would have seen, the floor for this trait now is 2.2, which is why you've got to aggressively lower the floor price and lock in profits as the reveal is taking place. Otherwise you can be stuck holding the bag on these and this could have turned into a loss. But that's exactly how I done it. I made around 0.2 ETH after gas fees and royalty fees. So a quick $600. If you want to see how I used a very similar method to snipe a rare piece of other side land and flip it for $4,000 profit, I definitely recommend you check out this video right here. Thanks for watching.